But yeah, I think this would be a good opportunity to teach some basic game mechanics and give everybody kind of like an understanding as to why I'm doing what we're doing here. Then Carthage and I, let's actually get out of the div because it's not letting me select a trainer forever. All right, let's create a battle. We'll just do ocean because we're just trying to kind of showcase what's going on here. I'll start off with a daring chat. We're gonna do a tutorial on how to send torps on another ship. Basically, DD torping mechanics kind of 101 here. All right, we got Carthage in here. I'm in a daring. Basically what we're going to be doing, I'm picking a daring because you can single launch torps with this thing. That way it don't just like dev strike. We have to keep, get resetting the training room or whatnot. But again, for those of you who don't know, my name's Airback47. I am making a YouTube video out of this. I'm going to do a basic tutorial here on how to torpedo another ship in World of Warships. And I'm just going to do the best I can here to kind of showcase what it is that I'm looking at. What do these symbols mean? And kind of figure out what's going on. First, we got to kind of find each other. Then what I'm going to do, I'd like Carthage to do to start, just so we know what we're looking here, is we'll get within range of Carthage, and I'll just have him sail in a straight line.
Yeah, so I have a leg butt on this thing, so you should spot me from a
mile away.
Should be like the Great Wall of China. You can see it from space.
Okay, this is all just for training purposes, chat. So we're not like, I'm not like actively trying to kill him. I'm just trying to show off some of the game mechanics here, what all this stuff means. Basically, when you start into a game, you're gonna have a cooldown on your torpedoes. Right now, I gotta wait another minute and 32 seconds before my torps are ready. On most DDs in the game, you'll have this shape of a spread of your torps to launch when you first start, but the daring gets single launch torps, which is kind of cool too. Let's not focus on that too much. I'll kind of explain that a little bit more once we get up in range of Carthage. Hey, do me a favor, turn your secondaries off too.
Yeah, they're already off.
Okay, fantastic. I'm gonna ignore the caps. I thought I selected a map without caps, so I guess we didn't. That's fine.
And it's fine.
I'm coming. Daring's not known.
It's a little difficult for me. I mean, you'll probably. I was gonna say you'll see me in a second.
Yeah, I see. I'm right off your nose. I'm right off your nose. I'm gonna try to get alongside you. So basically, when you're driving along,
from the caps here.
Yeah. Some of the things I'm looking here when I try to like set up a torp run on another ship. Right now, Montana's a really good pick because it's big. Battleship. Right now, if you look at this number that's taken down, right now he's at 12.1, 12, 11.9 kilometers away. Every torpedo in this game has a torpedo range. And if you go over here to, if you hold down the H button, it'll show the kind of this menu right here. And if you look under torpedoes, my torpedoes have a range of 10 kilometers. So if I try torping outside of my 10-kilometer range, my torpedoes are just going to run out of gas and they're simply going to fall short. Do me a favor, turn to the right a little bit. You're going to see me here. I'm almost in visual range of you. And right now we're well inside the 10 kilometers, so that's the first thing. We know we're gonna land torps. So what I'm gonna have my Carthage do, once he kind of squares up with me here, just sail, full speed whenever you can, whenever you get up your throttle up, and we'll be good to go. So what are we looking at here, chat? We're looking at a battleship. In theory, there's, a ship that'll sail in a straight line like this will never happen. But for the sake of explaining the mechanics, this is the way to do it. Right now we have guns selected, and if I hit the number 3 key, it'll bring up my torps. Now, whoa, what is this? What am I looking at here, chat? I got this kind of green-looking funnel, and I got this white line ahead of me, and then I got this other green marker. So to explain what we're looking at here is this funnel is the maximum angles that I'll be able to send my torps at. Okay, as you can see, the daring torp angles aren't that great. So if I try in the solid green line that's moving back and forth with my aiming reticle is where my torps will go if I decide to fire them. Okay, so if I try to aim outside of this aiming cone, as you can see, it turns into a red line. I can't send my torps. So what is this white line? This is a continuously calculated aiming point. If Carthage continues to sail in the straight line, which he is, he's not maneuvering, he's not turning, he's simply sailing in a straight line. If I put my aiming point over the top of the white line and fire a torp, as long as Carthage doesn't move, that should impact him roughly mid-ship. And we're gonna let this run here, and we'll just confirm that that's what's gonna happen, but we know it's gonna happen because this is the mechanics that are built into the game. As you can see, it's running. Carthage is not gonna maneuver at all.
Looks like it's gonna be
right mid-ship. So that's what you're looking at there, chat. Now, go ahead and turn out. Let's see what happens to this continuously calculated aiming point as Carthage turns away. Whoa, it's moving, right? What's going on here? Well, it's continually updating as to where that ship will be in space and time if he holds in a straight line. So when he turns out, it's moving back. All right, stop your turn and do me a favor and turn towards me whenever you get a chance. We're running out of map here. Just go 180 degrees. I'll meet you on the other side.
Yeah. This is why I brought like Mod Montana.
Yeah.
The rudder shift a little bit.
Yeah, we're running out of real estate here, chat. So I'm just going to kind of turn into him. He's going to just kind of turn the opposite way. Oh, you're turning towards me. Okay, that's fine. But if you look at what's happening with this white line when he turns towards, see how it's kind of accelerating in front a little bit? And if he keeps his turn in, go ahead and keep your turn in, you're going to see that aiming point max out and eventually start coming towards the inside. Okay, we can use this to kind of predict where we need to aim towards. We know the thing. All right, go ahead and straighten out. Just let your rudder come to rest. We're gonna actually torp inside of the white line, okay? Because he was turning in towards us. Right now he's kind of turning out. As you can see, the white line's kind of accelerating out. Actually, turn hard right now. I don't care if that torp hits or not. Turn hard to the right. I know you're running out of the map, but turn hard to the right. It looks like that one is gonna hit. Yep. I'm trying to get it so we want to lead the white line, but that's fine. As he's turning away, again, this continuously calculated aiming point's kind of aiming away from us here. So we're gonna hold on the inside of the line and try to lead that continuously calculated aiming point. Then just keep that turn in. Just keep that turn in. That torp's gonna miss, but that's fine. But as you can see, he's kind of rounded the corner, right? The continuously calculated aiming point's moving out ahead of him. So I'm actually gonna lead in front of that white line, because eventually that torp, if I lead him far enough, is gonna catch that aiming point and hopefully have enough lead in front of it where that torp actually kind of connects here. So this is different things that you can do when you're sending torps in a destroyer. Sometimes you want to be aiming at the inside of the line. Sometimes you want to be aiming on the outside of the line based on what your target's going to do. And that's the hardest part about landing torps on a ship. All right, keep your guns off to what would be your right, just like you are. And go ahead and turn out as if you want to... Turn out towards me as if you're trying to shoot something off of the right side of your ship.
Turn
to the left.
Gotcha.
See, this is the other tool that you can use when you're trying to figure out which way the ship's going to turn, right? See how his guns are turned to the left? Okay, chances are he's going to want to shoot something out here. So we know he's going to turn most likely towards the inside. I can kind of predict that, right? That's a tool that I use all the time when I'm playing destroyers and trying to land torps, as I pay very close attention as to which way his guns are facing. Because in theory, you know, if his guns are facing that way, he's going to be looking to shoot something out here. So if he wants to bring all his guns to bear, he's going to have to turn to the right. You know what I mean? I missed that torp, but that gives you the gist of what we're...
Yeah.
But that's fine. That gives you the gist of what we're trying to do. Now go ahead and turn towards me. Right now he's turning towards me, so I want to lead inside of the white line. And if I did my job right, hopefully that'll come pretty close. Now, as you can see, just keep that turn right in. I'll just throw some torps out here because I know he's got hard rudder in. See how far I'm torping ahead of the white line? But that's what we want to do because that'll give us the best chances of trying to connect with them. That torp's going to miss, obviously, but you see what I'm trying to do here. Basically, if a ship's accelerating out and away from you, you want to try to torp it in front of the white line. If a ship is parallel with you and turning out, you're going to want to torp behind the white line. See, that one actually connected. Go ahead and turn out away from me. Tune to your right. And he's max throttle. See, now we see that white line moving in. We're actually going to torp towards the inside. Now I got to wait for my... I was going to send another one over here, but, oh, hey, that's cool. I got to wait for my torps to reload. But I hope that gives a pretty good understanding as what we're trying to do here. And a lot of times, it's almost impossible to 100% predict which way a ship is going to turn, which way is going to maneuver. But there's a couple tools that you can use to get a prediction, right? For one, we're looking at which way his guns are facing. Right now, his guns are facing to the right. If he wants to shoot something that's out here, he's going to have to do what, chat? Probably turn to the left. Go ahead and turn left.
Yeah,
left to shoot. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. So we know he's going to come to left. He's actively in the turn. If we had torps reloaded right now, we would want to be shooting torps way out here. So by the time they get out there, that would catch the white line. So, that's one good thing that we can use to kind of predict what's going on. Let's set up another training room, if you don't mind, Carthage. We'll exit out. I want to pick a different map, something with island cover, so we can kind of, yeah, get a better idea what we're looking at here, too. Another thing that we can do, let's see, don't want hot spot. Let's see if we don't want line of fire, don't want mountain range. You know what? Neighbors is an okay map for this. This'll do what I'm trying to accomplish here. Again, 1v1 set aside, terminate domination. Oh, we don't, you know, I'll make it standard battle. That way we don't have to worry about that. Identity ships. Okay, back to training room. Okay, we're set up. I'm going to go ahead and again ready up on my daring just because it makes things simple. I can just keep sending single launch torps. Islands might be a good map for that. Oh, yeah, that'd be a really good one too. What we're going to do, we're going to start up here. We're going to drop into the training room. The other thing that you can use to help kind of predict what you think the logical choice that a ship would do is pay attention to the islands on the map. If he's driving straight towards an island, he's going to turn, right? We know he's going to turn either left or right, you know, basing on which way he's facing, to avoid the rocks. So, we can use this, right? We can use this as a tool. Where did you spawn, if you don't mind me asking?
I spawned pretty much right next to where the flag icon is on the map.
Okay, so you're like
so
H7, H8.
You know that like island that the B cap is?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a really good ambush spot.
Yeah. Once we get Carthage spotted here, we'll kind of show what's going on. So there's a lot of different things, even though it's not a perfect setup, you know, as far as being able to predict exactly where a ship's going to be, you have tools, you have a lot of options that are in front of you that kind of give you an idea of what you think the ship might be trying to do. And that'll tell you, yes, I want to put torps in front of the white line, or no, I want to put torps behind the white line, that continuously calculated aiming point. I want to throw, we'll do this little drill here. We'll do this little scenario. Then what I'll do is I'll have Carthage like drive straight at me, and based on which way his guns are facing, that will a lot of times give you, I mean, we kind of mentioned that too, right? Like right now, Carthage is kind of driving towards me. If I see his guns actively to his left, which would be over here, there's a good chance that he's going to want to turn to his right, which would be my left, to get all his guns to bear. Makes sense? So these are different things that you can use. Which way is going to turn? I don't know. I got a 50-50 shot, right? He can either turn left or to right. Let's look at which way his guns are facing. You know, that's usually a moderately okay indicator as to what he's trying to do. And if you can see which way his guns faces, look at what he's looking at. Who's he going to shoot at? He's looking at something out here, right? You know what I mean? So if you got a teammate out here that's showing flat broadside, there's a good chance that see, that's what he's doing. He's opening up. But right now, he's kind of coming up on the rock, too. He's going to kind of push through this gap. He doesn't have a lot of room to maneuver, so we're just going to kind of send a torp over here or two. Obviously, you wouldn't want to be playing this close. But I hope this kind of gives everybody some tips and tricks as to where you should be aiming your torps to kind of be successful in game. It's very hard. The best way to land torps in a game is to have an insanely good crystal ball, right? It's like you need to be able to read the dude's mind. And obviously that's pretty impossible, but there's some indicators that you can use. Right now he's got a rock. If you look at the mini map, he's got a rock on his right. He's got a rock on his left. He's full throttle. There's really no way for him to turn, right? He can't turn pretty good. See, he dropped off, but I know he's going to be coming through here. So let me raffle off a couple torps. The guy was full throttle. It's a logical guess. Unless he turns out silly hard right now, chances are those torps are going to hit him right in the face. We had enough information in front of us to make an educated guess. Does that make sense? And these are different tricks that I use all the time. It looks like we're going to get 2 out of the 3 torps. So, you know, again, that's, you know, logical guess. These are different things that you can use. If he was an experienced battleship player in a actual like random game, I doubt he'd be pushing up this far. But again, look at his last known position on the mini map, right? He had full momentum this way. I don't think he can make the turn to the right. So again, he's just going to stay in front of me. And we can just raffle some junk out there. I put 1 in front of the white line, 1 on it, and 1 behind. Okay? And he looks like he's just going to continue on his throttle here. Now, if he turned to the right hard, like he was just trying to get away, go ahead and do that. Turn hard right. Let's see if we still got enough of a lead out in front of him to where they'll catch him. I think we will, because we put at least 1 torp behind the white line, right? He can turn out as hard as he can. This one's going to miss. That one's going to miss. But this one's going to be, even if it misses, it's still a lot closer, you know, than what it was. Yeah, see, it did end up catching him. So, you know, these are different things that you can do. Read the map. Read the map. You know, he's definitely going to want to turn out like this because he's going to want to get away from the DD that he's known off to his left. So you're going to want to try to put at least 1 or 2 torps behind the white line because you know he's going to be turning out. So, you know, these are all different things that we can do. What's up, Migs? How we doing, friends? I see you there, Dr. Afskans. So these are some tips and tricks I use to try to kind of predict as to where a target is going to go. I'm actually gonna, let's go out of battle. We'll exit out again. I'll redo the training room. We'll see if we can add some bots on my team. We'll let Carthage kind of shoot at him here. Let's change the setting. We'll do, I don't know, 4 versus 4. 4 versus 4. We'll switch the, let's see, islands. Okay, Okinawa. Okinawa it is. Okinawa it is. 4 versus 4. Back to training room. If you guys want a tutorial, too, on how to set this up, too, we can absolutely do that as well. Bot. We want to add the bot. Oh, where'd it go? We want a bot. There we go. We're going to do bot is moving, bot is not armed. That's how we're going to work this. We'll give him a Mogami. We'll give him a bunch of Mogamis here to shoot at. How about that, chat? That's always fun to shoot at when you're playing a battleship. Okay. Then on his side, I don't need anything else on his side. Again, I'm going to play my daring. Oh, wrong button. Ready up on mid-terrain. Okay. So they'll be maneuvering, but they're not going to be armed.
Wait.
Oh, you're not ready. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just about to click.
I'm sorry. Okay, let's get into this here. But let's see if we can make some predictions as to what we think Carthage is going to do based on the mini-map alone, the targets that he has to shoot at, which way his guns are facing, and what kind of cover he has in front of him, right? So we're going to take all this together, everything that we learned this far, and kind of bring it full circle. We'll try to kind of predict where Carthage is going to be based on these things. What's up, Nix? How we doing, Fred? All right, we're going to shoot forward here. This might be getting a little bit boring for newer players, but I think this is important because a lot of people, even experienced players, don't play a lot of DDs, and they have a hard time kind of like understanding this stuff. But a lot of times, if you know, you'll see me play, wondering why I'm doing the things that I'm doing, and if you look at what I'm trying to explain here, I'm hoping a lot of it kind of makes sense. Where did you spawn? Just so I can kind of find you quick.
So pretty much right in the middle.
Okay.
So I'm probably gonna head to like the C side.
Okay.
BC.
Okay. Cool. Good to know.
Because usually what I'll do on this map is see if I can set up a crossfire.
You've been playing DDs and ASIMs? Let's go. Time to play. That's awesome. But these are different tactics, tips, and tricks that I use whenever I play DDs, and these are different things that you can use. And again, it's not perfect, you know what I mean? People are going to do people are going to be making radical plays, but at least this will give you some logical things that you can take in and try to apply in real-world scenarios, in randoms, in ranked, and clan battles. And I hope it's helpful. So we'll wander our way down this way. I got to get good at editing videos because this would be way too long to make one straight line video out of. School of Bareback, you know it. You know it. Don't forget co-op life, baby. You know it. All right, do your thing. Pick a target, kill it, whatever.
Well, they'll have to get spotted first. I think that's
yeah. I should have gave you something that's a little bit easier, probably.
But I mean, yeah, but I mean, they'll show up shortly.
Yeah. But right now, I got a target that's spotted. I know I'm outside of torpedo range, right? He's at 11 kilometers. My torp range is 10. Okay, so we can't shoot yet. We can't, even if our torps are reloaded. Right now, that's a yellow cone. As soon as they reload, it turns to green. So if you come up here, you see nothing but a yellow cone, you know your torps aren't ready. All right, so based on what Carthage is doing, he's kind of sailing in a straight line. We're slightly nose on. Do you have something spotted yet?
Target, so yep, the cruiser's spotted, so.
He is turning.
I see one that's kind of heading towards me, so I'm probably gonna.
Yep, and Carthage is 3/4 throttle. So see how that line is kind of moving forward as he accelerates here? Right now he's at 6.8 kilometers, so we know he just dumpsters the thing. That's awesome.
That was kind of unintentional.
That was great. The other thing you want to pay attention to is your concealment. Right now it's like 6 kilometer concealment. If I got spotted, okay, and this is other things that you can do here, chat. If I got spotted, a good battleship player that knows there's a DD really close is immediately gonna start maneuvering, okay? Because
oh yeah, I'm getting out of here.
Assume that there's a DD actively trying to kill you. So whenever you send torps, the goal is to never be spotted. Let's see, we got a Mogami over here. He's probably gonna chase the Mogami, but I don't think he's. I think Carthage would want to use his cover and probably shoot out. Like, he's gonna want to get guns on the Mogami, but at the same time, it's like, what kind of risks is he want to take here to try to get shells on that Mogami? So I'm actually gonna wait. I'll probably go this way. Based on the cover, based on, you know, he knows that I'm here. Let's water our way this way. We don't want to get ourselves spotted. The other thing that you don't want to do, chat, is after you send torps, I know it's really, really tempting to, you know, smoke up and maybe start gunning. The problem with that is, whenever a battleship player sees smoke on the map, okay, there's a good chance that there's torps going to be on the way, right? So whenever you're actively trying to torp, you really want to do everything you can to just give zero indicators whatsoever that there's a DD conducting a torpedo run. So I could smoke up right now, start gunning Carthage. He just fired his guns. He's going to stay lit. But if I do that, just hold him exactly where I am, and he's going to actively start maneuvering because he's going to assume, like he should, that torpedoes are on the way. So, you know, effectively landing torps in a torp boat, or just in any kind of DD for that matter, not only is going to be dictated by what he's doing, it's also going to be dictated by the choices that you make as well. So something to kind of think about here. Now, see how Carthage just kind of nose on here? He's trying to keep a weapon solution on the Mogami. Yep, that's what I figured. He's probably going to be turning in.
Oh, yeah, I'm breathing hard for this Mogami right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to stay hard on the inside of that white line. If I had one more torp available, I'd probably put one way out here. See, we briefly got spotted. If this was a random, he would really just... If I was at Montana, I'd probably turn towards me to try to force the undershoot of the torpedoes. Try to get the torps to go on the inside. Yeah, and that's exactly what he did. So, just keep this in mind. When you're trying to torp a ship, obviously the best position to be when you're trying to torp another battleship is to get the ship flat broadside, because it gives you the biggest target with the least amount of guesswork involved when it comes to shortened torps. Right now, Carthage is directly nose on to me. Which way is he gonna go? He could go to the right, he could go to the left, or he could continue to shelling straight. I'm gonna look at his guns. Yep, that's what I figured. He's gonna be turning slightly opposite the way his guns are facing. So let's raffle 2-3 torps out there. We're not gonna commit to a full torp send. Let's throw some junk out there and see if we catch him. I don't think we let him enough, but we can just come this way with the nose of our ship and try to get shell zone over here. At the same time, I'm looking at the mini map, right? There's a rock right here, there's a rock right here. So if he doesn't want to push through this gap, which would be just a massive funnel, he's most likely going to want to stay on the outside of that rock or cut back inside towards the target. So, you know, torping inside of here, I don't think it'd really work for him. He's either going to go on the outside of the rock or the inside of this rock. It looks like he picked the inside of the rock as he's actively pursuing the Mogami. We're at 6.7 kilometers. Our concealment is at 6. We're well inside a torpedo range, and we're not getting detected. We're playing it really close to the wire. And as you can tell here, the closer that you can get to the target, the more of a chance you'll have of landing torps on the ship that you're trying to torpedo. If you try to send a max torp range, even like right now he's at 7.6, you know, he has a long time before my torps will get there to change course and maneuver, and all he has to do is change the speed a little bit and those torps are gonna miss. So the closer you can get to the target without being detected, that will maximize your ability to land torps. 36 hell yeah. It looks like we're gonna catch him with the one that we put up out in front. So that's good. That's good. His guns are facing the other way, right? He's looking this way. You know what I mean? He's not if anything, he's looking down his sights. He's in binocular view looking this way. So he's not even like paying attention to what's on this side of him. So that's another tactic that you can use to kind of put yourself in a better spot for success. See, he just shot his guns. All right, it looks like he's gonna turn south a little bit. We'll send way on the inside. Oh, see, he's actually cutting the other way now, so those torps are gonna miss. So it's always a guessing game. It's always a guessing game, but that's fine. And we're just gonna try to stay parallel with them as long as possible. Right now, we got approximately 30 seconds for my turrets to reload. But as you can see, too, as distance increases, it significantly decreases your chances of being able to land torps almost every single time. That might actually connect him there because he's trying to shoot the Megami. So yeah, he's actually turning towards the inside. If he turns towards the Megami, which I think he's too close, he's not going to want to do that. He'll have to shoot down this gap, and that's the only place he's going to be able to maneuver. We actually left him a battleship-sized gap with the torps, but that's fine. It's totally fine. But you get the gist of what we're doing. If he turns towards that Mogami, he's going to be in a torp threat from the Mogami. So if I was playing a battleship, I'd probably want to just kind of stay this way. Just kite it out so you can keep him in sight. There's different things that you can do here. And it's always a guessing game. But I hope everybody learned something. What's up, Also Master? How we doing, friend? And welcome in, everybody. So these are some of the different tips and tricks that I use. I'm watching the white line. I'm watching the cover that's in front of him. I'm watching his guns. And I'm watching my teammates, the targets that he's actively shooting, to try to give myself the best guess of where I think he's going to be. What up, Bonso? How we doing, man? Good to see you, friend. Good to see you, friend. We're currently doing a little tutorial here on how to torp in a torp boat 101. So that was cool. All right. We'll do some editing, chat. I'll have this video out within a week, but I hope this gives everybody kind of like the basics, a decent understanding as to what we're trying to do here when we're sending torps with a destroyer. So we started right from ground zero, right at the basics, moves their way up into a little bit more of a modified kind of realistic scenario, and we ended up picking up 83K there. So that was, a pretty good shot. But if anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave it in the comment section below. And I hope that helps. All right, let's go back and do some random